Now, flying an aircraft from one continent to the other is usual, but driving by road from a continent to another is absolutely unusual and weird. I wonder the kind of passion or enthusiasm that will make a man drive for more than 5 months just to watch football. In my opinion, that is extreme fanaticism. On Side View, we feature a Dutch football fan who drove from continent to continent just to see the Netherlands football team in action in Brazil.
Football indeed is more than just a game. This probably explains why some fans can go to any length in supporting their team. That is the story of an enthusiastic Dutch football fan, Benno de Campus, who drove almost 21,000 kilometers from San Francisco in the US to Praia de Forte in Brazil to watch the Netherlands play at the 2014 World Cup finals.
I was crying one more time. There's 3 times that I cried in the final, after the final. So I was telling my friends and family back in San Francisco, I was like, you know what? I'm driving old Nelly to Brazil.
Ode Campus began his trip on January the 15th and drove through 12 countries in his journey, including Mexico, Honduras, Costa Rica, and Panama. In Colombia, he had to take a boat and continued his trip into Ecuador and Peru before finally arriving in Brazil on June the 2nd. He traveled in a 1955 pickup truck called Nelly, which he says has not let him down.
I've done, let me see, almost like 21,000 kilometers with that engine, like from San Francisco here, and no problems. It has, every morning it started, I went through the highest mountains, through the deserts, through the Amazon, the rainforest. She has never let me down, so I'm like, I have a special relationship with that old truck. The
53-year-old man comes from the Dutch town of Twente, but has been living in the US for 28 years and in San Francisco for the last 23 years, the Californian city from where he started his long journey to Brazil. Ode Campus works with disabled children, whom according to him helped to paint his truck.
I'm going all the way. These boys are going to take it all the way to the final.
Beach soccer is getting popular in Nigeria thanks to the resuscitation of the beaches in Lagos, southwest of the country, and also the efforts being made by a Nigerian who thinks the game can be used to bring the youths of the country together and, of course, take talented individuals off the street. Samson Adamu is a young and dynamic sport administrator whose aim is to develop beach soccer into a professional and recreational sport in Nigeria. He now joins me on the program. Samson, thank you for coming on the show. What informed your decision to go into sports production, organization, and administration?
Well, it's from coming from a sporting background. I've been studying sports since 2003. I've actually been working in sports in Paris, where I studied, and I graduated, my undergraduate, and I did a FIFA master's course. So I actually have a master's degree in sports. So it's something that I've really wanted to do professionally.
Why the concentration on beach soccer, considering the fact that before now, beach soccer was not of interest to Nigerians?
Coming from the education that I got and the experience that I've got in sports, come back to Nigeria, knowing that there's so much more to do with sports in the country, and the country has so much potential other than the national team that is well concentrated on, and just diverting a bit away from football. Beach soccer is something that is in Nigeria's football history DNA, even. It's just trying to bring that out and bring it out, and you can see what we've been able to achieve with that in the past 3 years.
Okay, Samson, are there plans to introduce beach soccer to schools?
Yeah, we cannot leave out grassroots from this. We're going from top to bottom. Creating COPA Lagos, and then from there we're streaming it down. But however, I'm happy that since the inception of COPA Lagos, there've been a lot of other organizations that started and concentrating on beach soccer now. And I know for a fact the NFF, they're taking very seriously the development of beach soccer, and there are other companies as well. I know Sports Solution as well is working on developing beach soccer from grassroots. Lagos State as well is working. So we're working with a lot of other bodies to develop this grassroots.
Well, you have previously staged 3 editions of the Copa Lagos tourney. How easy or difficult has it been, staging an international competition of this magnitude?
Well, the beginning was very challenging, but challenging in a very good way, because it's what we expected it to be. Anything that you plan to do, because we're working by international standards by Beach Soccer Worldwide, so we had to get it right. I mean, we're very nervous the first year, but after we got it right, I mean, the good thing is that we set the benchmark, because there was nothing like that previously. But the benchmark we set was very, very high, which is very good. Means we worked hard during the year. It took us over a year to be able to organize the first year, but after that, it's been more or less easier to organize, so it's good. I mean, it's a good product, so the sponsors actually that make it happen, they're happy with it, and we're going from strength to strength.
Okay, finally, Samson, the 4th edition comes up later this year. Are there any innovative move to make the tourney better?
Definitely. I mean, in the past 3 years, we've done 4 teams, and Nigeria's won all 3 competitions, but this year we're actually taking a very bold step to increase the number of teams to 8 teams. Now we have 4 national team sides, including Nigeria, and we also have the club sides which are going to be played. So we're going to invite one of the biggest football clubs in the world, the beach soccer team, to come to compete with Philly beach soccer clubs in Nigeria. I mean, clubs, the Premier League clubs, we're speaking to a couple of them, and we'll choose 3 of them to form beach soccer clubs, and they'll play against this club, and it's also in line with starting a beach soccer league. So there are a lot of innovations as well. That's the football bit, but also the entertainment and the lifestyle bit. There are a lot of innovative ideas too that we bring into the 4th edition.
Well, that sounds so interesting, and of course, a very, very innovative, Samson. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on the program. Well, moving on now, one of Africa's match officials to the 2014 FIFA World Cup, South African referee Daniel Bennett, was during the week ruled out of the tournament through injury. It was a major, it was no doubt a very bad news for Africa, as the continent only had a few slots as far as officiating in the tournament is concerned. We reported this story and other big sports stories during the week. We now do a recap of them all on Flashback.
AC Milan on Monday sacked head coach Clarence Seedorf after less than 5 months in charge and appointed Filippo Inzaghi to lead the side. The legendary Seedorf was employed in January but won only 11 of his 22 games in charge as the Rossoneri finished 8th on the table. New manager Inzaghi, a San Siro legend like Seedorf, played alongside Seedorf for a decade and won the Champions League with him in 2007. World Football Governing Body President Sepp Blatter claimed allegations surrounding the Qatar 2022 World Cup bid are motivated by racism. However, Blatter told the Confederation of African Football CAF Congress in Sao Paulo that the allegations will not deter him from continuing in his position as president of FIFA as a 5th term in office. The 2014 World Cup dream of South African referee Daniel Bennett was shattered after he was ruled out through injury. Bennett picked up the injury in a routine training session at the Zico Center in Rio. FIFA medical team revealed the seriousness of the injury rules him out for a minimum of 4 to 6 weeks. Former Brazil captain and coach Dunga has tipped the 2014 World Cup hosts to win the tournament. Dunga will lead Brazil to their 4th title in the 1994 World Cup, expects his country to deliver a 6th title at this year's tournament, 64 years after the country's painless loss in the 1950 final to Uruguay at the Maracanã. He also backed Neymar to show his skills and talents to the world, suggesting the young striker performs better for his country than for his club, Barcelona. World Football Governing Body FIFA on Friday provisionally banned World Cup winner Franz Beckenbauer from all footballing activities for 90 days for failing to cooperate with the Qatar 2022 corruption inquiry. Beckenbauer, who won the World Cup with West Germany as a player and as a coach, had been asked to help with a FIFA ethics investigation. The 68-year-old was part of the FIFA Executive Committee, which voted to give the tournament to Russia in 2018 and Qatar in 2022.
It is now time to draw the curtains on the show, but let's quickly see what's coming up in sports in the coming week. The 2014 World Cup is ongoing, and so a lot of attention is on international football. Looking at the World Cup through African eyes, games involving African teams will be of interest to Africans. On Sunday, Ivory Coast, one of Africa's biggest and most experienced sides, will be up against an Asian opponent, Japan. On Monday, it will be time for African champions Nigeria to test their strength, also against another Asian opponent, Iran. Still on Monday, the Black Stars of Ghana will be seeking maximum points against a very solid United States team. And then on Tuesday, it will be time for Algeria versus star-studded Belgium. And so from me to all the African teams out there in Brazil, the best of luck is what I wish you all. And that's it on the program this week. It's been Sports Week on TV Continental. I am Professor Foge. See you again next week. Bye-bye now.